All right, Pez, here we go. This is going to be the most satisfying, satiating, fun, titillating, tantalising review of any cricket match ever played. I'm having a good time. Welcome back to Why Do You Look Like That? Why Are You Wearing That? Brought to you by ACO, India's leading digital insurance company. Pez, bit of feedback. People online, they see things and they're like, well, need to know about this. And that's how people type as well, like a tarantula. Got a bit of feedback. And you know what? That has been the highlight of this test match so far for me. Thoughts?
Yeah, totally agree. And I'll tell you my thoughts, to go behind the fourth wall. As soon as I was sending you my file last night, I caught a glimpse of what I actually looked like. Because, contrary to what people may think, I do look at you the whole time. No, that's bullshit. I look at myself. We all do. Has anyone been on Zoom and seen people's eyes darting around? Yeah. They're truly just looking at themselves.
Mate,
anyway.
Even when you're in the same room as me, I'm still looking at myself.
Oh, no, mate. And that's actually a serious thing for you. But
that is, yeah.
But when I saw myself, I went, oh, there we go. That's the story of that clip. And you know what? Like, I don't resile or apologise for wearing that singlet. It's absolutely stinking here in Darwin. It's tropical. I've gone tropo. I love it. It's all good. Yeah. I wasn't trying to show anything off. There's nothing to show off. Yeah, okay, a little bit of split set work down at Nightcliff Fitness Works. I've only just started. I'm a busy dad. It takes a little while to get gains at 36. It was nothing to do with that. It's just hot. I wasn't changing my singlet. I just rolled with it, okay? I wasn't going to go get changed. It's all good, And yeah, and I've learned that that's actually called a vest in India. So
oh, yeah.
I didn't know that. That's a different thing here, but I'll go with it. I'll roll with it 100%. So and I thought the shout-outs were pretty good anyway. They just wanted it. People want something different. Happy to give it. Cheers.
Let's get into the three things. Sometimes you got to sit through a whole bunch of shit before you get to your Headingleys, your Gabbers, and other games where Australia loses disastrously, because that's what most people want. I feel like, are we the bad guys? Yes. So sometimes you got to sit through some absolute rubbish. This is one of those moments. When I say like a moment, like what is a moment? It's a moment in time. My life is flashing before my eyes very slowly, like the Titanic's fucking sinking. This is some grim shit. Hey, Marnus batted well for a 90. Do something with that, mate.
Right, Well, I don't know. Did his mat help with that, or would it literally have just been the matting up at his local ground? I think it would have been hard to score 90 on the mat that he made, where he could also slice his foot open. To be fair, I mean,
he should have just played in this fucking driveway.
I still want to echo what I said yesterday. Like, I'm more interested in Australians scoring runs in Asia because we just don't do it very often, even though it's clearly an extremely flat, consistent, slow wicket. Like, there's two ways to look at it. If you're Marnus, you're his friends, you're his family, you're a keen cricket observer, you know, that's 90 test match cricket runs. It's not easy to score 90 test match cricket runs. You pay the piper. What does that mean? Or you can look at the other way. Does anything mean anything? Like, because I see it like this, he goes, like, Australia has 12 months or so of like pure Asian Test cricket ahead of them. I think the India series might be delayed.
Pure Asian cricket.
So they've got a summer in Australia here, take it or leave it. But like, really, the next 12 months are about Asia, and I feel like today, like, this test is like level 1 easy novice level FIFA 98, like, fucking I'm scoring goals for fun, this is easy. And then like it's the pictures are going to look kind of the same in 12 months time, but it's going to be like Axar and Ashwin and Jadeja, and it's going to be final boss dog. And like, man, I'm looking at like, I can't read anything into what Australia's doing. Like Cam Green looked good for 48 and then just got bored or something, and it looks jerky and hard handsy to me, but but it's fucking it's level 1 of Asian Test cricket, so we'll take it. We're 450. It looks good on. It's good. It's good trappings. It's good safety. It's good on the scoreboard and stuff, and that means something. It's good for stats later, but I don't know what any of it means. Does anything mean anything?
I kind of like it how Green didn't get 50 today because, like, I don't want a stat in like 9 months' time when Jadeja's just fucking ragging it, and he's like, "Well, don't forget he got his 63 in Rawalpindi that time when the match score was 7 for 800,000."
Yeah.
Feels like a different game. Yeah, it does feel like Bowser, the final boss, is coming up, or whatever your video game of preference is. All right. Second things, in terms of trappings, Pez, you raised that. I like that. Steve Smith batting in a cap. Wow. Bit of stat stuff going around about when he was like in his when he was Steve Smithing his Steve Smith life. He like every time he got to like a score above 13, he was actually getting 100. Never got a score lower than 13 once he got to that score or some shit like that. And now ever since he's passed like 70, now he's got out like 48% of the time. Like there's just some hasn't got the bulk hundreds in the last like 3 years or whatever. Like that's kind of the stat. Tell you what, pretty happy with number 4 averaging 65 or whatever in Test cricket. My 3 averaging 60. That's still good. You obviously want the bulk hundreds. I just like it. I like the Asianness. I like the fade in the cap. Like it's seen some shit. I'm not sure Steve Smith has because he was stuck in the lift as you recall during the Ashes. But this is I gotta say I felt safe, and then the game got really grim. When a 35-year-old was bowling some left arm spin around the wicket down the leg side, where Rizwan was actually starting down the leg side as well, and he was just like, okay, what are we here for, guys? But Smith, baggy green, batting Asia, faded light. There's something there.
Absolutely, and just to go back 4 minutes ago, we were talking about final boss Bowser. That's not to be confused with getting slugged at the Bowser, which I do, having to get N95 petrol up here in Darwin, $2 a litre. Absolutely slugged at the Bowser.
That's $5 a gallon up.
And that's not to be confused with Bo Webster, also called Slug, who plays at Darwin Cricket Club. I was slugged at the Bowser. He's the best player in the club too.
I thought you were talking about Bo Webster again.
Yep, got that here. Steve Smith, baggy green. That's very safe. We need some safety. Given the last couple of days, I liked it. I needed him to score 100, and I truly mean it. I'm sure he needed it, but I needed that. I needed 100 I needed 3 figures against his name. We didn't get it. The coat of arms on his helmet, can someone look this up? Because that helmet has a darker green hue, which means it's a new helmet. And it just looked like it was larger than normal. The one on Cam Green's helmet looked smaller. That could be to do with his size, to be fair, and a question of perspective. But have they enlarged the insignia? Have they dragged it up and zoomed it in on Adobe Illustrator and then gone to printing? Please, can someone let me know? Mate, this pitch is so flat, like... Mate, Warney would have been bumping blokes. Like, Warney would have been getting upset at going at bowling. Like, he would have started bowling the Darren Hinch ball, the floater at the head, or bumping or whatever, and getting a bit like players get a bit disgusted, like in grade cricket when the conditions just sort of aren't fitting. Like I said, I've got no idea if this means Australia can bat in Asia, but it's nice to see Steve Smith with runs. I'm sad he didn't get 3 figures because I want him to get 3 figures to I don't know, to keep me young again.
Yeah, just to remind me of the good times, something like that. Yeah. Yep. Well, Khawaja 97, Warner 68, Labuschagne 90, Smith 78, Head 8. Yep. Who is now my man of the match? Cameron Green 48, Kerry 19. So they're still 25, 26 runs behind or something. Which heads to the last thing, Pies. Are we having fun? Are we having a good time watching this? I tweeted before this is the worst game I've ever seen. Obviously, as is the internet's want. Then I got a whole ratio of people saying, well, actually, this game statistically was actually much worse. It does. To be fair, there was like a 2006 tour between India and Pakistan in Pakistan where like there were back-to-back tests where I think about 1.5 wickets were taken. So that looked pretty grim. But I wasn't involved in that. I didn't watch that. So I'm watching this. So this is worse for me. But is the novelty of this, it's not like at the beginning of this, it was like, yeah, Pakistan, nice to be back. Like, oh, how good, Australia away. And now I'm like, oh, wouldn't mind some whacker stuff.
What do you reckon?
Yeah,
what head do you want from me? You want the one craning out of my neck or the real one? Like,
always.
Like,
nah.
Oh, look, man, I think Pakistan's still the story. I think just playing cricket there's the story. And to that end, like, well done to the curators, maybe, because they've literally ensured 5 days of Test cricket. I mean, the poor bastards haven't had Australia over there for 24 years. They weren't gonna have it over in 3 days by giving fucking Norman Ali a little Bunsen there. Norman Ali.
Hey, Norm.
Like, I'm
Norm.
still taken with how happy the people seem to be and how welcoming to Australians they seem to be. Like, there's literally no ill will. It's actually unnerving, to be honest.
I don't trust it.
I don't trust it now that I say it out loud. And I mean, look, just to underscore it, mate, like, Rob Key, is commentating there. He's nearly falling asleep, talking about whether it's important to have the best player in a team or to stop having the worst player. And I think he was like talking about Malcolm Gladwell there. And then then he starts like doing hypotheticals about the PSL and asking like Kadic and Bazid Khan who they'd pick in any PSL team, dead or alive. And he was so bored. He goes, you can have Bradman. Bazid Khan passed over Bradman. Like, to be fair, he went to Viv Richards. Like, sorry, you've had an opportunity to pick Don Bradman in a PSL team. Nah, I just think Viv would do a better job for us. I'm just not sure Bradman's kind of just talking about Bradman in T20 terms.
Yeah. Yeah. Bradman would just sort of run a ball stuff. He'd sort of just keep it ticking over.
I think the anchor role just isn't quite there anymore. So I don't think Bradman would have played anchor. He could come out at 2 for shit and peel off 232 when needed. And that was in the Great Depression. I think he could do the business in the PSL.
I sort of feel like the game sort of moved past Bradman. Yeah. Well, as we know, Sunil Gavaskar wouldn't have picked Warne as his best spinner. Sort of a few other blokes who were sort of a bit better, and because his record wasn't that good. Or read the room. Read the room, my dear friend. I'm kind of
coming down the other side there. I just think the Warne conversation's going to descend really quick, which is in the spirit of Shane Warne, and already blokes are coming out like, I don't know about him in India, I mean, we've got an article today saying his final meal was Vegemite on toast. Why did that make me feel so happy? The guy who shared it with him wrote the piece. I like it. I just want to note that like Shaheen Afridi and Nazim Shah were really good to watch at the end, and I don't know.
They're good.
I don't know how Shaheen Afridi snaps his wrist like that. It's pretty cool. And they both went hard, and that ball to get Kerry was really good, and Kerry looked pretty all at sea, and his feet were bad for that. So there's something that happened in the game.
Hashtag AskTGC brought to you by our dearest friends at ACO. Abhishek wrote in, Pez. He said, hashtag AskTGC, boys! Looking at the flat deck rolled out for the Aussies in Pakistan, how angry do you think England's batsmen are against ECB for cancelling their tour, thereby denying them an opportunity to increase their averages to a respectable 30s? I don't know. I reckon this is a result wicket for England. No need to kick the boot in there, but I reckon this is a result wicket, probably sort of 3-4 days.
I think this was the wicket that they had rolled out for England. They're just using that one. And you're right. I think it would have been 3-4 days or something. I don't know. I think I agree with Abhishek. I think they would have been very angry. Might have been able to pop it up to 30 odd. But there you go. They packed them in.
I'm not sure, Pez, when the earliest is that teams can shake hands. Is it still T on day 5? Is that the earliest? I reckon we're going to see some fucking... I reckon some blokes are rolling out some overs tomorrow.
What do you want? What do you want to see?
We're going to see carry overs. I'm not sure. I mean, obviously, if Wade was playing, he'd be probably taking a new pill. I think Australia are going to bat a full innings. I can't see declaration. It's going to be one of the weirdest days tomorrow, I suspect. Now, when Australia win with a session and a half remaining, that will be surprising. Questions will need to be asked.
Yeah,
that would actually make it the greatest test of all time.
The thing is, because they just set like a new team under Cummins, they don't really have like the social capital to start fucking around with things. Like, that picture of like, what was it? Was it like Shane Warne keeping and like Ian Healy at first slip or whatever one that was? Where Gilchrist, sorry, they were just fucking around deluxe. But Gilchrist in his keeping gear at first slip. Like that'd be nice, but they don't have the credibility for that. So the best we could hope for is Marnus bowling Meds or some grim shit like that. Maybe New Pill and getting excited, and they turned the stump mic up. I reckon that's about as good as we're going to get. Maybe David Warner, leggies, he used to be able to bowl them well. Uzi. Yeah. But now everyone's got to be able to bowl, so it's not really that exciting. Carey bowling would obviously be great. So, I don't know. I don't know. Hey, Imam Huck's a good bowler, by the way. Speaking of part-timers. Bowled some good gear.
Stick rack, come back tomorrow and see what happens. See you then. Cheers.